All right, all right. So,
Let's get it.
episode number 8, and we are God on God here at 3LittleBlerds Talk Show. Good morning to everyone. Hope everybody is. Oh man, let me go ahead and mute. See over there in the stream. Yep, there we go. All right, so hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. We have a lot of cool things going on today. We're going to get started first with the intros. I am Be Nice or Else, coming to you live from 3LittleBlerds. And we have to my right, I'm not going to point today so that Kenny can joke on me. Go ahead, see.
Your boy Ceexdawg.
And then below me, the super chump, we have
Gang,
Kenny.
gang.
We have Kenny, Mr.
You call me
Outlaw.
Kenny, Trey, Outlaw. As long as you don't call me sorry, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm saying, but he extra sorry. We're gonna keep that moving. And today we have a very prominent person in our community joining us today. He is someone who speaks to our message of uniting blurs and helping fellow birds kind of spread their brand and their overall reach by promoting tons and tons of creators, whether it be cosplayers, graphic designers, videographers. I've seen him literally work with thousands of people within our community. COVID kind of slowed him down a little bit, but when you got somebody who's got the drive that he got, you can only slow him down for so long. Today, we have been graced with the privilege to have Mr. Blerd over, Skip 88. And Skip, I'm going to let you kind of introduce yourself a little bit to our family, and then we'll get started with our talk show today.
All right, man. Appreciate that. Baby boys, baby girls, what's good? It's your boy SKIP.88 from Blerd over on the Three Little Birds podcast show. How y'all doing? I'm sorry that I sound like Barry White, but yeah, things happen.
Yeah, man.
it's,
Hey,
it's
look.
it's it's me, but my voice kind of it's gonna get back to where it is, but right now it's kind of like on that auto tone Barry White. So yeah.
Hey, man. People don't understand how blurred life can be heavy sometimes. You got to step out into reality and step back into what you originally are. So,
Right.
everybody, we with you this morning. So, let's talk about your blurred journey. When do you feel like you truly first became a blurred?
I feel it. Man, it started when I was in childhood when my mom introduced me with my first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm still a big fan of
Hey.
that till today. So I think that was
That's
like the maybe,
Ceexdawg, man.
Yeah.
I think that was like the age of maybe 7. Ever since then, I started collecting like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from my bedspread to the curtains to the towels to the toothpaste. Everything was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If it wasn't green, if it wasn't yellow, it wasn't purple, it wasn't blue, it wasn't red. Those the colors of the turtle, by the way. Y'all catch it. But if it wasn't like that, I didn't want it at all.
That's funny. So how you feel about that new running storyline that they got?
Me being a big fan, they kind of hurt me, but I like it because like damn, all the brothers died, but that's like sooner or later they gonna have to die off. So it's gonna it's interesting. I can't wait to read it because I'm like really want to see how they took that dark turn. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always been kind of dark, especially in the comics. So I'm looking forward to reading that.
Which
Yeah,
which
I
movie?
kind of like that little dark take.
Yeah,
I haven't read too much into it after they announced it, but I do know like three of the brothers died and one took over. So
but
I really
people
I
saying
really
that
want to find out which one.
people think it's Michelangelo that's taking over, but
Did it come out
I
yet?
think it's Wrath.
Did it already come out?
Um,
nah,
I think the first issue was supposed to come
I
out
don't.
in, but I don't know if it got
Yeah,
delayed honestly because I haven't heard nothing else about it.
Cause there's been
I
a
think it
bunch of
might have
fan
got
art
delayed.
for it that I've been seeing. I haven't really
Yeah.
seen like the official story, but yeah, people been going crazy with the fan art. I was gonna say, what's your favorite movie out of all the movies that they dropped?
Uh,
Go ninja, go ninja.
There it is.
Yeah.
You
So
got-
Secret,
I
secret
had
agent.
to, I
I'm
had to
about to
slide that
say you
in there
gotta
real
say that
quick.
one, man.
Come
That's
on, man.
hands down the best one.
They have vanilla ice in it. Come on, you gotta love that one.
Big facts.
Hey, I had that one on VHS.
I
Man,
think
what?
For all
everybody
the
did.
kids in the chat that don't know about VHS,
Just
I used to watch that every night.
Had to
And
rewind
then
it.
by the time I go to sleep, it rewind by itself. So
yeah.
when I wake up, I can watch it again.
Boom, already ready for the next day.
Ready.
Bro. So
People don't know this. Like Michael J. White was actually in it. Michael J. White, Kevin Nash, those Vanilla Ice
Yeah.
was like the three
Yep.
Easter eggs in that movie.
They were in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So Skip, tell us what
Yeah, I
is
got the
your
comic reserve too. Dang. That's dope.
Ooh.
I just read that comment, my bad.
you already what you talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you already got reserved?
Heck yeah. When they announced it. And they said I could buy it.
Might have to go ahead and check that reservation out myself.
Did you blur it over? Did you get to check out the TMNT versus Power Rangers that they did? They did a five book series. That one was pretty good. And then they had the Batman TMNT movie. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I checked that out. That was, I love that with a passion.
That one was
That
good.
Batman
so
versus
much.
TMNT, that was dope.
God, boy, Batman took out the whole team by himself. But I was like, man, that's Batman. So what you expect?
That's Batman. Hi, I'm Batman. Took them all out, bro. Hey, yo,
Bro,
keep it man.
had me weak.
That Lego Batman, bro. I don't even gonna lie. People didn't like that. Yo, that was my funniest Batman. I'm not even gonna lie.
That shit was one of the funniest.
You know what?
Batman was hilarious. I'm tripping off of that. I said, dude, that is funny.
I know we getting a little off
Major League
topic,
appreciate that host,
but
man.
that he was definitely super funny, bro. And I couldn't let that ride without saying that. I'm literally talking to my kids at work. Mr. Brennan, what you doing? Hi, I'm Batman.
Hey, you know who be having me weak? The Bat Dad.
Oh yeah.
He be having me weak in the videos, bro.
Oh, Batman. Oh man.
Hey, let's try to reel it back into some blurred life stuff. Skip, at what point did you? I know we talked about what point you realized you were blurred, but what is your definition of a blurred? Everybody always have a different definition, and we like to try to define exactly what a blurred is, even though we're very expansive and always evolving.
Exactly. For me, the definition of a blur is black excellence being celebrated through the wonderful world of nerd culture from an African American standpoint.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was very specific, yet leaves lots of room for interpretation. And that's one of the common things that I've seen with everybody coming on the show, kind of giving their definition. That
I was about to say that black excellence. That's been a common thing, and
Yeah.
that's really big because in our community, in our culture, like it's something that's highlighted, but it's not highlighted enough.
Exactly.
Like I feel like us as a people, we don't understand how great we can be, and I think that's what hinders us. That fear of not knowing is always going to be like the downfall of a person or a people as a whole. So just understanding that black excellence comes in many forms, like whether it's being a nerd, whether it's being a professional in your craft, like whatever it is, bowling, sports, like other sports, anything like that. Like understanding what black excellence is probably like the main thing I would say, because that's just something that us like growing up we didn't really understand or get pushed towards. It's just stuck in our ways, and I think it begins with us to understand and share what black excellence is, and that's why I like this platform that we're doing, because I feel like that it's exerting the black excellence for everyone to express.
I like that. Yeah, because we definitely need more of this, more black content creators like ourselves to come out, and so we can have we can normalize it, because I feel as though there's still some, still some black people that's still afraid to come out to the community because of them being judged or talked about. Because you know how we get We always like to joke. If we don't understand something, we make it seem like it's bad because we don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly
that. I mean, that's, and I think all three of us have definitely spoken to that, through our guests and just, personally outside of the talk show, that all of us kind of have that one story where it's just like, oh, I didn't really want to come out and talk about all these things because this is kind of how you're viewed, man. And you just really hit the nail on the head with, like, we need as many platforms as possible to just really kind of show people that, one, you can enjoy these things and not have fear of somebody joking on you. And like you said, that's our automatic default. We don't understand it, we joke on it, to make somebody feel less or small, instead of being like, oh, that's different, I don't understand it. I support you because it's different, but we don't get it. So that's super huge. That's super huge. So thank you for sharing your blerd story with us, and then defining what a blerd is. One of the other things that we try to talk to with our special guests here is what about blerd them they love. And so when we're talking to you, you were talking about comic book superheroes. Right. And so this morning we're all going to be discussing our favorite comic book superheroes. Each person is going to get 2 picks. And Skip, we're going to start with you. What are your 2 top comic book heroes, and just explain a little bit why, maybe like your first interactions with those heroes.
Wow, my first one, I'm gonna have to go with Gambit from X-Men. For one,
man, that's my boy.
And people be sleeping on Gambit. Say, dude,
Raging Cajun, you better recognize, man.
Man, what? Come on, he got the swag, he got the style. He's from New Orleans. He carries himself well, and people think
he got all the baddies.
I mean, dude, because
all of them.
He's like a Marvel James Bond. Let me think about it, because he's smooth with the ladies. He know how to handle himself. He deals with kinetic energy. Come out the cars. I mean, dude is a badass, and I could see myself with him because how he carries himself. He's silly, goofy. He can handle business. Ladies.
It's crazy because that was my second choice.
Everybody love Gambit, man.
Yeah, but not too many people miss.
He don't get the celebrity, the shine that like Wolverine and the main team, Cyclops. He don't get that shine, but like I know I used to love Gambit growing up, and like literally everybody I know who like big on X-Men, they always got a thing for
that 90s
Gambit.
X-Men cartoon.
Come on, more than me.
Right.
That 90s X-Men cartoon really put me on Gambit like heavy. And I was like, man, he cold. He throw cards. Like, you can't beat this.
Gambit was one of the first heroes where I used to like actually read their bio and like learn their real name and where they from and stuff like that. Cause I'll never forget Remy LeBeau.
Remy LeBeau. King of Thieves.
That's crazy. And bro, you remember how dope Gambit was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, bro? You always had him on any team that you wanted to go dumb with.
Man, what? And you can have the most. You can have the most stupidest mix-up of teams, but if you put Gambit on, you guarantee like
you win it.
See, my team. Smack some heads with
my team was Gambit, BB Hood, and I would switch between Cable and War Machine.
Bro, that's super dope. Shout out to Marvel vs. Capcom 2, man. I know somehow or another we end up talking about that each week, but one day we'll get it back.
I don't know how we end up talking about it.
Hey, all I gotta say is we get Scott Pilgrim back, so it's always hope.
It's always hope, man. It's always hope. So we got Gambit for your number 1, Skip. Well, who's your number 2?
Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Tony Stark, aka Iron Man.
Okay.
Skip. Look here, Skip. What's up, Skip? Look here, Skip.
What's up?
You can't do that, man.
Why I can't do that? Was those gonna be your top 2 picks?
Hey man, look, it's his top 2. Now he gets to elaborate. So why is Iron Man your number 2?
Because it's just
Iron Man an asshole.
Robert Downey Jr. That's for one. Yeah, he's an asshole. But Robert Downey Jr. It seems like he brought that character to life. You know how you get these characters in the comic books, but you actually see them portrayed on the screen. You be like, They could have done. They could have been done a little bit better. But how Robert Downey Jr. brought Iron Man to life, it's like, dude, you've been bred and born to play this role all your
Yep.
life, and it's like we go back to Gambit. His character, he's an asshole. He's rich. He has a good heart, but all assholes be like, "You so mean," but you got a good heart. Why the hell you so mean? Because shit, I'm Iron Man, so why not?
Why
So,
not?
and then
Why
it's
not?
like the backstory and the characters, and I'm big on superpowers, but more like intelligence. And then he had money.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like Batman, but those the kind of powers I respect. Like you could be that smart, build that stuff, and become a superhero.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think the big difference with like him and Batman, like where Batman got so many gadgets, Iron Man's suit is his gadget. Like it's just like
Exactly.
just like the best gadget you could have.
And another thing to pick off of that, Iron Man won't beat you and break your leg and force you to talk. He be like, "Yeah, bro, I think we won this battle."
Wanted to
See,
smoke.
that's why I like Batman because he just don't get like, outside of killing somebody, he about to get wrecked. Like you
Man,
leaving out of here with a broken femur, 5 cracked ribs, cuts,
I mean,
bruises. You
you
might
gotta
With
go
have
to
a
the
that,
broken elbow, dislocated shoulder, but you
with that
living.
being said, can he go ahead and jump into your top two?
Well,
With one of them bums being one of them.
see, yeah, well, Batman, my favorite hero. The reason I say that is because that was one of the first comics I read, and it was like so interesting. Like my dad, he used to have like a stack of comic books from back when he was a kid, and unfortunately, they got ruined in the flood in our basement. So
Mm.
he used to have like Richie Rich, the Superman, like all the old like classic comics, like originals. Like he used to go to the store and buy them for 10 cent type original, like. But I used to sit in the basement and I used to read the Batman comics because I thought he was cool. First off, he wore black. And I was like, okay, like he cool. He kind of sneaky in the night. I kind of like this. And then what really like kind of got me was the animated series back in the day. And I was like, man, he fight the Joker, and then he teamed up with Superman. Like I don't even like Superman, but it was the fact that Batman was like so versed in all these different like with different people, kind of like how Tony Stark was in the Iron Man cartoon. Like sometimes you will see the Hulk pop up or Captain America. Like I like that how Batman was like that catalyst for everybody in the DC universe. Like no matter who it was, like sometimes you don't see a crossover between like a Superman and a Wonder Woman, but if Batman there, everybody's about to come together. Like it was one of those things that I kind of noticed as a kid, and it kind of like it was just interesting to me, and I liked it. And Batman himself, I like his demeanor. Like he kind of remind me of me, like not as dark, but at times he an asshole. Like he don't really listen to nobody. Like if it ain't his way, he's stubborn. Like it's a lot of things that I see like in myself, like in Batman. So it was just one of those things that I felt like I connected with, and then I loved his story. Like not that his parents died, but that trying to cope with it and like just the darkness of it. And I don't want to seem like I'm cynical, but I'm kind of cynical to an extent, like when it comes to stories, because I like the darker stories, and that was one of like the darkest stories I read growing up. Like a kid, parents got shot in front of him, he disappeared, he came back and started beating ass. Like, like that was just one of those things. And then
I am Batman.
my second character, um, I will say it's Gambit because that's just one of my favorite comic book characters, like across all comics. But I want to mix it up, and I'm going to give it to two people, and I'm gonna give it to Green Lantern and Static Shock because those was like the first times I really noticed like black superheroes. And
okay.
I didn't know, I wasn't like too in depth in comics outside of like ones my dad had. So when I seen like John Stewart and Virgil, like those were like two people. I was like, oh man, they black. What? You best believe I was up every Saturday watching Static Shock on WB Kids.
Big
Right
fan.
after Pokemon. Right after Pokemon. Then Yu-Gi-Oh followed after. And I was there. And Shaolin Showdown ended it all. But
The good old Saturday cartoon lineup.
man, it was the fact that they were black and anything like fire and electricity, those powers, those supernatural powers were things that those are just like my favorite type of powers. Like I used to be like, man, if I ever had electricity powers, bro, I I just like that. I'd be flying on stuff. I'd be cutting on lights without cutting on lights. Like, and I always thought about having firepower. So, like, the fact that I seen a hero with electricity powers that was black, it was like the best thing since sliced bread. And that's probably my people. And Green Lantern, it just showed like a strong black man, like, because his powers is based off his willpower, and just having that a black man that had that willpower and such like confidence in himself, like that was just amazing. And Justice League, the cartoon, and Justice League Unlimited, I think they really showed they highlighted John Stewart's like true personality, and that's why like that series is probably one of my favorite series in like the DC animated like series, because I'm the story that was just told, it was just dope. Like the Justice League had, man, it's just crazy. But yeah, that was my, I would have to tie them two together. So like, yeah, Black Excellence.
All right, here's my best rendition of Kenny being a devil's advocate. I do not rock with Batman. His superhero is basically his money.
Bruh, stop it.
I don't
Stop
rock with that at all.
You know Batman slander allowed. I'm sorry, bro. I can't let you do that. Batman, he do got money. But if you
say that, you gotta say that about Tony Stark.
I don't rock with Tony Stark.
You got to. You look at Batman's bio. He actually is trained to like the peak of like human physicality. Like his whole backstory with being trained by ninjas and all that. So he actually probably without no gadgets can fight.
Yeah.
Whoop everybody's ass, bro.
That's just me just being petty. But so see, I'm gonna let you go and then I'll go.
If I'm for the sake of like mixing it up, I don't want to say TMNT, even though that's definitely my favorite like fictional hero. Period. You can see, so I got some of my stuff over here in the corner, and I actually got in this thing right here. It got the original. The first comic is in one of those boxes over there. They did a little 35th anniversary box for it. But I would definitely, for my just straight up just comics, nothing else, like Spider-Man #1. Peter Parker and Miles Morales, because when I was younger, like I didn't have like exposure to like a whole mass of comics, but when I used to get my hand on like some Spider-Man stuff, I used to be all in on them panels. Like
Spider-Man was my guy.
Man, though they had some good, the suits, the villains, they had some good panels on some of them books. And yeah, just like kind of what y'all was saying too about Tony Stark, Batman. Like I always thought that Peter Parker was supposed to have like enough like brains to be able to like, because the kind of Spider-Man that I'm a fan of is the one where he actually built the web shooters, and I feel so weird that they even did that on the movies where they put the web into his veins or whatever. That's just so weird to me. But when they make Spider-Man smart, like that's my favorite thing ever. Like that's why I feel like the MCU Spider-Man works so much. Like even on the game, if you play the PS4 game, when they make it like that, it just flows so much better. And then
when they incorporate his science, it's just a dope story all the time.
Yeah,
and they actually made him a kid, not like a grown adult who's playing a high school kid. But yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, it always works. It always works when they make them smart because they tie in the villain that way. If I'm gonna do for my second comic hero, I would probably go with for the sake of getting the X-Men in there, I would go with Storm, just because I know coming up, Storm was like one of like the first black superheroes that I even witnessed, and I actually got this dope piece by this artist. It's like It's like a Storm '90s hip hop version. Marcus the Visual. Y'all definitely gotta check out some of his work. He do some dope stuff.
Posted that.
He did all these pieces right here. And yeah, Storm, just cause like I said, one of the like outside, it was probably the Black Ranger on Power Rangers, and Storm is like the first two like black superheroes that like I'm like, yeah, like can't be touched. I would take Storm though.
First ones I did see, but I like Static Shock.
Yeah, Static Shock, man. We definitely need Static Shock to come back strong. But
I like what they did with him in Young Justice though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go with those two, Spidey and Storm.
Okay. Good choices. I like that.
All right, so comic books, superheroes are a little different for me. So like during this time when I first got introduced to comics, I was looking for representation, specifically in like the areas and things that I liked, because I didn't see them a lot, whether it was in cartoons or movies or what have you. And so like I convinced like my grandma to take me to this comic book store, and I seen like y'all remember like the old Marvel comics. Y'all remember how they used to look. Like I seen like a Black Panther edition, and it was just so crazy because up until that time, like outside of seeing Storm, which Storm was dope, but like she was a female, like I wanted someone as a male that I could resonate with. And that was just me at the time as a kid, and like I seen the Black Panther, bro. And I mean, y'all see all like my collectibles and stuff. Like I got on socks right now, like my coffee mug, like my shaker, my shirts I wear. Like to be able to find someone who looked like me and was like tasked with like being a superhero, and then like actually going back and learning his story about like how conflicted he was with like stepping into his purpose and being a leader. And like sometimes I like view my life as being like conflicted, with like stepping into things that I feel like I should be doing versus things that I want to do. So like that his learning about his story, and then learning about like how he fought for like his people, and he wanted to not only like make his people prosper, but he wanted to share his people to the world. He didn't want them to just be contained in like small area of Wakanda. And that just internal conflict. So Black Panther is my number one, and then my number two is
I never read a Black Panther comic.
Really? Yeah, I got a lot of the backstories and stuff, and my uncle bought me a bunch of comics when I was really little.
First time I've seen Black Panther was on X-Men versus Avengers, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, what? He started a war with people? He crazy. He's not even important. Then I learned he was important. I was like, what?
He was very important. Exactly.
I was just like, who is he? Like,
I think when I was in like maybe middle school or something like that, because I used to try to like just sketch and just draw like whatever I could get a good picture of, because back then we didn't have all this fancy internet and stuff. You couldn't just pull up your favorite picture or whatever whenever. You had to get it like from a book or something else. But I remember somebody told me like that Marvel had a black Batman, and they was basically talking about Black Panther. So that's kind of how I got
explained it to me.
Yeah, I kind of got introduced to Black Panther as having more money, being the black version of Batman, but he basically had more money than Batman had. So that's like when they made the movie, that's why it was so good, because they didn't do nothing in the 90s or the early 2000s. So when they finally got it with the special effects that we got now, everything fell into place perfectly with that Black Panther movie.
Definitely.
I will say the motion comic for Black Panther was amazing.
Yeah.
I think BET has showed it or something.
Yeah, shout out to BET for doing something right every blue moon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
every blue moon.
They not playing Baby Boy back to back anymore.
Brett.
Shout out to that.
That BET
play Baby Boy back to back.
They could do so much. They could do so much more, but we not even. That's a whole nother talk show to talk about the things they could be doing. Animated,
Exactly.
home, do DIY. They don't got music videos no more, so they could be doing more. But like I said, we'll talk about that another
We'll
day.
talk about that on another day.
Because I guarantee you right now, what's coming on BET? I
Tyler
guarantee
Perry
you,
something. Tyler
Baby
Perry
Boy,
anything or Baby
Baby
Boy.
Boy, right on.
That's it.
which definitely no knock on Tyler Perry for building a community for us to come up in the acting scene.
He
But
really
like
saving BT though. Like if you
you know
want
what
to
I'm
be
saying?
real, he saved BT. Tyler Perry.
Facts.
Fact, well, you know what he need to do? He need to go ahead and buy BET so he can make it for real BET.
Yeah.
Um,
I
feel that, though.
don't think he really want to have his own network though, because you notice he's standing up Oprah network too. A lot of his stuff, him and Ava, they providing all the content for Oprah and BT. So
well, I mean that's a whole nother like ball game to be in that. So I definitely get him by not wanting to take that on. But at some point, like he will have amassed enough to at least evaluate it. Right now he can't, but
I mean, he could, but I think his main thing is just getting his content out. And
yeah, and
if he has versus
provide an area for
doing
people to
himself
also
to
do
one
that.
network,
Yeah,
it's best to be able to have it because you got Tyler Perry shows on TBS,
yeah.
BT, on TV One, like it's just on various networks. And I think if he had his own network, it kind of would hold him back.
because he officially a billionaire now, right? Didn't
Yes,
they
sir.
say?
Yeah.
So that's
If you could be, if
He
you could
did
be
it
your
right.
own airport, yeah, you're a billionaire.
he did it
And
right.
you go in your backyard.
And just real quick, my second character is Cyborg. And I rock with Cyborg because of his backstory once again.
Now I have a question: is this
Yeah.
like old Cyborg or
It's
New
just
52 like revamped Cyborg?
New 52.
Okay.
I was gonna specify that because I didn't get onto Cyborg until that version.
Teen Titans? What?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I got that Teen Titan version, but I'm talking about like deep dive into him, like learning about his backstory, between him and his dad, the accident, like how he's always conflicted with his humanity. Like I'm morally gray, unlike most people, so like I can turn off my emotions with certain things, but they're like super heightened on other things, and so he always was conflicted about whether or not he would should become fully cybernetic or like keep a lot of his human. And so like just the internal conflict kind of resonates with me just in my walk in life. And just I love how he constantly challenged himself to push like the development of his intelligence and
Yo,
how
hot
he
coffee
use his
with
body.
bitch.
Yeah, when that
Appreciate
Snyder
that,
cut,
hot coffee.
when that Snyder cut come out, we're gonna have to have like dedicated talks for that, especially since you said that's your dude.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
dude, man.
And
So,
I do that. I got HBO Max, so we can probably get plan a watch party whenever it drops.
yeah, definitely with that.
But I'm glad you said that, like the battle of his humanity and stuff, like with Cyborg, because for like Teen Titans, for it to be like a kid show,
Hmm.
they touched on that so much. Like as far as like he didn't just battle with like the humanity; it was like he was a black cyborg, so he battled with like hints of racism and
Yeah.
Hmm.
being a cyborg and then being half. Like it was just
It was a lot going on for him.
he faced a lot of stuff in Teen Titans that I wouldn't think Teen Titans was like focused on, and that was crazy to me just growing up. So I'm glad you did hint on that because that's like I say he was like a great influential character, and I'm glad they kind of gave him a spotlight when they revamped like the stories and stuff.
Yeah, for me, it's all about backstories, man. All about how you can um, put put it into your life and be able to take something from it, man. I've been on this half empty cup thing where you can take something from every situation and kind of pour into your own cup.
Now
I like
I don't
that.
know if it's related, but what would you say your favorite backstory is? Because you got a favorite character, but my favorite backstory isn't from my favorite character. My favorite backstory is, I would say, Black Panthers. Like once I got introduced to him, and I loved how him and Storm kind of like met each other at a young age, and then like how he was growing up battling like with royalty and trying to belong, and didn't really want to be royalty and had to. Like his story was just dope to me, and how like Storm and him, they connection Like they just had a good story to me, and that was one of my favorite backstories. And it's not one of my favorite characters, but I would say
Yeah.
that backstory itself was one of my favorites.
Cyborg's story is my favorite. So he's my number two. So his story, just that internal conflict, it all resonates with my like whole existence on this earth.
Everybody for
Hey,
real.
facts.
Yeah. Um,
Black Lives
so
Matter.
yeah, Black Lives Matter. There was never a perfect moment to drop that right there. There it is. Um, so
Gems.
sure. Let's go ahead and slide into some of the topics we got today. So a lot of different things happened this week. I'm gonna drop the topics. We can pick up whatever we feel the need to kind of gravitate towards. So we got Steve from Minecraft over to Smash Bros. Broke Twitter. We got Black Ops 2, the zombie update coming out. And then we got Warzone update on October the 20th. We also have to talk about some of the Crunchyroll originals that are going to be popping off, and also that just finished up. So we got Burn of the Witch, which is a Bleach spinoff, which is coming up, and then we also have just finishing up was God of High School. Finishing up earlier a few months ago was Tower of God, and then we got Novelist that just got started. So a couple different things. Also, shout out to the start of Attack on Titan final season coming up. We're not going to cover that today. But let's go ahead and jump into some of these things, fellas. I know C wants to probably talk about how Steve broke the internet, and Kenny wants to jump into Crunchyroll originals. So let's go.
Yeah, just
Steve broke everything, bro.
Yeah, we had Blue on the show last week. So yeah, we was hanging out in his Discord watching the reveal, because they at first they revealed the new Smash Fighter announcement. They didn't say what game, who it was gonna be. So when they showed the trailer, they like did it to where the trailer was probably rolling for like a solid 30 seconds before they actually showed Minecraft Steve pop out the wall. But bruh, when I tell you, I immediately bust out laughing because I knew for a fact, Blue was already strongly against them putting Minecraft Steve again. He said he didn't want that, but he knew that they were gonna do it because, like we already talked about, Minecraft is a huge
It's a
game.
money grab.
Like
Man.
Minecraft, it sold too many units for you to not try to do a collab.
The impact on gaming is too big to not.
Wait, so you telling me the dude from Minecraft that we play with is in Smash Brothers now?
They about to put him in Smash Bros. It's the 13th.
Man, get
They did the gameplay showcase yesterday. It's actually like the.
It's not bad gameplay. It's like a better Mr. Game & Watch.
Like the details that, and then Sakurai said that like he don't think other games DLC has as much detail, and I 100% agree. Smash Bros. These new fighters be changing the whole meta. It ain't like just a new fighter on the game. It's like changing the whole meta. Like you got Minecraft Steve can build like in the air. He can craft. It's like a little bench on the stage where he can craft. I mean, I'm not a huge Minecraft fan, but I love Minecraft inspired games like 7 Days to Die. I play Astroneer a ton. Games like Subnautica, all that, anything that have a crafting station, I just say it's Minecraft inspired. But the DLC is actually like, it looks great. So the Twitter went down completely, and we was talking about how funny it would be for like people who don't really know about games. They just try to load up Twitter that day, and then that whole timeline was busted. Like that's a huge impact. That's a huge impact on
all because of Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah, crazy. I haven't played a lick of Minecraft ever.
I haven't either. But I knew who Steve was. Like, dude, like Smash Brothers got this ultimate DLC package. I don't care what nobody say. They
man.
They be recruiting the best of the best. They got Mario, Sonic, Zelda.
Honestly,
Princess. I'm like, man, what
the recipe that Smash has right now should have been the same recipe Marvel should have had when they've been making these Marvel fighting games.
They got too greedy.
You should have stopped at nothing
to
require any and everybody you could to put out the best possible game to absolutely snuff out anybody who tries to mention their name in fighting games. But like C said, they got greedy, bro.
It's because of the history of Marvel Studios, how they almost went, they go bankrupt, or they like they had to sell, and that's when the rights. That's why we got all these problems with the movies, with the rights and the movie rights, and
Right.
Spider
Same thing
Man
happened with
and
Star
all
Wars.
that. It kind of messed it all up for the gaming because the gaming is gonna get it the worst. Like if you talking about what who you can put in what movie, like when it comes down to the games, like it had to be like an actual sit down discussion about this character and this property and all that. And you talk about putting them all into one game, it just become a more of a hassle. That's why when you was talking about that Black Panther game, like I definitely want that, but I'd want them to do it right and not do it as a money grab. And
Super,
just
yeah.
on a one quick note, that I still to this day feel like the Marvel Avengers game that just came out, I don't feel like they was focused on the quality. They was focused on the ongoing service of the game. I don't know if y'all saw the Angry Joe review, but it's a lot of thoughts I got about that game. It looks fun for a little bit, but when they start trying to sell you skins and all this other stuff, it kind of become more of a headache.
But we all knew that was coming though with the Avengers, because reading these comics growing up, you got these particular costumes you want your characters to be in. You got the red Hulk, you got the Captain America. Well, I can't say Captain America. The Hydra Captain. So you knew that was coming, and like what Bro said about Marvel putting all the characters in the game, I was like, dude, I can't see that happening because it's too many heroes in the Marvel universe, and you want to have all of them in the game. You know how much
you're not gonna have all
game,
of them,
and then you have to pay more for a DLC package just to add the rest of the superheroes. Because you still got the Fantastic Four, you still got Guardians of the Galaxy, you got the Illuminati, but it's a lot.
they ain't ready for the Illuminati.
No,
Nope.
they not.
Just for quick example, you see Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. You see how many characters they put in the game, but then you see how simple the game is itself. Like if you're gonna have a roster of 60 heroes, the gameplay not gonna be that robust. But see, Marvel Avengers got better gameplay, but way less heroes to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you playing with a girl like I've never heard of a day in my life. Like, who is this?
Oh, you never know about Miss Marvel?
Talking about Miss Marvel?
I never knew about Miss Marvel till I played the game. It's like, who is that?
She wanted she's an Inhuman.
Okay.
Yeah. She and they just casted the live action Miss Marvel for what they doing the series for. It's gonna be a Disney.
I think they're supposed to be doing a series.
But yeah, it probably won't come out.
She an Inhuman, so I don't know I don't really know too much about the Inhumans other than I think what's his name, Black Bolt. Was that his name? I can't remember, but I don't really know too much about the Inhumans outside of like what they said in Agents of Shield.
Right. And no disrespect to all the people that know Miss Marvel, I just don't know her. My bad.
She a lot of people still learning about her though. So it's I don't even remember when I first learned about her. But yeah.
Let's slide into some of this Call of Duty stuff. So we got the Black Ops Zombie edition going to be coming out. We also have the update for Warzone on October the 20th. If I remember correctly, you said last night you were re-downloading Call of Duty on your Xbox, fam. What you gonna be playing?
Yeah, I re-downloaded, reinstalled Warzone, and that junk 100 gigabytes. But yeah, I got it back on there, and it actually will load up now.
Halo before I download Call of Duty.
It's cool though. It's cool. I'm gonna play it a little bit because I know I'm not buying this new Call of Duty day one, this Black Ops 1, especially if they're gonna keep Warzone going. I would rather play Warzone because I know I don't gotta commit to the $60 game. But the trailer that they showed for the new zombies, it does look good, but I just know, what was that, Black Ops 4 zombies, I didn't really play that much, so I know it'll be one of those. I'll probably catch it on sale, just play zombies a little bit.
What's that?
I will be sitting out on all of that.
So I love the zombie apps on the Black Ops because really why I buy Call of Duty just for the zombies. Like, bro, you ain't playing multiplayer? Nope, zombies. That's all I want. I don't
And
care
you
what
know
else
what's
on the
crazy?
Man,
line.
I'm the
I
complete
hated
opposite.
zombies.
And he the multiplayer guy. I'm like the battle
Man,
royale guy.
yeah, I'm the multiplayer guy. I'll roll off, and you need somebody to roll with you 10, 20 games, or where I get in there, I lock
Uh,
in with you.
give me
All
some
right,
good give me a good domination match. I'm in
nation.
there.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
like, I
sir. I'm
love
right there.
domination, but I know playing the 6v6, I just get kind of the closed off sections of the map. I just rather just get in some vehicles, drive around, do something stupid, jump off the
Yo, me and
building.
C played Black Ops 3 so much, bro. We just stopped playing the game altogether.
Yeah, that was my last time playing a lot of 6v6 was Black Ops 3.
Bro,
Yeah,
we
bro.
played that
Hey,
game so much.
let me ask this question. Like in the new zombies, are they starting off with a different group of cast, or are they gonna try to continue from the other zombie games?
They look
I
different.
think it's new,
It look
yeah.
different.
Yeah, I think it's new.
Yeah, it looked like well, I haven't really been up to date with the zombie story, but it looks like they have an organization now that's going around trying to fix the things from the previous like hordes, I guess, and
Mhm.
like
Okay.
trying to like clean up the remnants of it. So that's kind of what I think is going on. But I honestly did I haven't really played zombies for real since the first Black Ops,
Okay.
maybe World at War. And like I like the little small stories, but I didn't like how they started trying to have like a
Like
story mode
the
type
big picture.
thing.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
deep
man.
now. It's so deep.
You got rid of Black Ops 4 whole story just so you can have a story in zombies. Like, come on, bro.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me about that, bruh.
Mm.
They really
Yeah.
shafted us on a $60 game with no story
And
mode.
I'm mad because I got it
At
digitally
all.
thinking it
It
was
was a
gonna be a
battle
story,
royale
and then
with
they was like,
zombies.
"Oh, we're not having a story." Like, what? Come on,
Like,
son.
I'm like, bro, that's why I bought the game. Like,
I
y'all
bought
could have
it to
stopped
play
the
the
story.
story.
They really charged us $60 for Blackout and
My
zombies.
tradition was story mode and then multiplayer. Every
It,
time,
Facts.
it,
y'all
And
run
they
story
stole
mode
and they stole
and
that
then
from us.
do multiplayer, and they took the first part from me. And that's where that's where I drew the line. I was like, nah,
People
yeah,
gonna
that
keep
was
buying it
crazy.
though. That's one thing that no matter what
the
they
theme
do,
park. I don't even know what the theme park is, bro. Like, see, I don't play zombies. It ain't for me. I'm not a zombies person. I love survival mode though. Survival mode was
Yeah,
lit.
they not gonna stop making it until people stop buying it. Cause I know Call of Duty the number one
exactly.
Yep.
selling game every year, hands
But
down.
you know,
Hands down.
Call of Duty got ridiculous when they start, when they start running on walls, going into space, doing these power slams. It's like, bro, they gonna do this shit in Afghanistan for real? What y'all
just,
doing?
just give me Marathon Pro and let me run through.
Man,
Right.
let's not talk about that space shit, man.
That cause
Bruh.
after that, I
That was
said,
the
damn.
moment I was like, Battlefield, y'all need to get y'all.
Bro, I gotta clip Skip, bro, because that he just hit a super soft spot in the whole community. He said, "Can I
I'm
just?"
sorry, but it's the truth. Man, come on. I mean, let's think realistic. Like, dude, so if I'm seeing this, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go to the goddamn Navy. Why? What they doing? They running on walls.
You
They
you
going
know
to
what it
space.
remind me of? Y'all ever seen the Tom Cruise movie? I think it's called Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Yeah.
suits,
The exo
they remind
suits.
me of those suits.
Mhm.
Now, see, I will say that Call of Duty, the customization was great. Like you could change the helmet, the vest,
Yeah.
Oh
everything, the
yeah.
exosuit down to the T. But then you had this boost jumping that kind of it was weird. Like
I
I knew
feel
that Call
like
of Duty wasn't gonna last for another
Exactly.
year.
I feel like Advanced Warfare was a good one because you did the same customization. But my favorite customizations, I would probably have to go with Ghost because
Yeah.
they let you like you really customize your soldier. There, it
Yeah.
was like
Right.
to the
You can get
T.
detail with
That
that.
game was just
Right.
dope.
Also, while we're
Ghost,
here, shout
Ghost,
out
one of
to
my
Super
favorite ones.
Toxic Call of Duty game lobbies. They really made you a man or a woman.
Man, let's
2008,
let's have a moment of
2009.
silence for the Modern Warfare 2 server. There we go.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? Because boy, the amount of hate that's on that server, buddy. Good God.
Game
Man.
chat
That
was
pretty tough.
24/7. It wasn't no.
Don't win the game with a quick scope. You so many N words.
Man, what?
What?
Boy, you were MF, you were the
You a
MF,
word.
you were
I was petty. I got the Akimbo
Bruh.
1887s. I used to run around, boom, boom.
I might post some of them old scores and videos from back when we used to have that toxic Call of Duty clan, boy. That thing, we used to do terrible things to people, bruh.
I'm about
And
to
we would get reported and cussed out, all
Yeah.
type of monkeys, and y'all go back to Africa. You tap that, bro. Some of that stuff was just creative. I was like, yo, you are talented. You might want to go into comedy, like.
Look, you sat here and thought of that?
It got to a point where I just mute everybody in the lobby as soon as I join the game. I just mute all. If I ain't playing with no teammates, because I ain't had.
But like some of the time, what is it? The stuff
You know, back then we didn't really go into parties. We just talked in the game chat.
games.
Yep.
Exactly. That's all we did.
Yep.
It was like a party. We in the game. What you
In
talking
the
about?
game.
I remember when I first got a party invite. I was like, a party? What? All right, I guess.
What is y'all doing?
And
That was
what
like
y'all
towards
doing?
the
When
end,
people
towards the
talk
end of
mad stuff,
360.
And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Yeah.
Bro said, well, like they very creative. You like, damn, I can't say nothing behind it. That was really damn good. It was. I can't. You got that, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be that today. But tomorrow, I'm coming for you.
I would always just send
I'd
a
be
smile
like-
emoji with a thumbs
I'll
up.
be like, okay, you got me.
I used to
You
get
got
hate
it.
mail. Used to get them hate messages. Hearing them voicemails,
yeah.
people used to be.
Boy,
People send the voice messages.
Bro, my reputation on 360 was so horrible because of reports.
I had to.
I was like, bro, how y'all
I had
doing
to
this to
buy
me?
another account, yo. I used to have an account called Be Nice Desert Eagle, and I had to like close it because I had so many reports from Halo and Modern Warfare 2, bruh. Like that's what
Yeah,
Be
man.
Nice 910 was born. Like that wasn't even my original account.
Man,
Super toxic.
my reputation was so horrible. I had to build my reputation up. That's why I started playing Gears. When I started playing Gears, my reputation started going back up. And Big Kenny 2392 turned it to Outlaw. So I still got the account.
Shout out if you made it through toxic gaming, man.
Man,
Yeah, that's big shout out. But that's where you go to.
it's crazy. Half the people that made it through toxic gaming is the ones that's sensitive now. But that's another story for another day.
Another day.
You think? Okay, I'll say you think
So
so?
not some. I do, but I co-sign with Kenny. But then some of us came out like you could probably set our house on fire and we'd look at you and walk away.
I mean, you know how it be when your parents was growing up and they used to be like, "Oh, back in my day, we was tough." I just feel like it's the same thing now. It's like just look at what they got now and you're like, "Y'all spoiled," but they spoiled nowadays. They don't know how it was.
We're like,
before.
we're getting online bullied.
That too, bro.
Y'all getting online bullied, bro. We got online bullied every day. We put the headset on every day.
Well, you
every
talking
day.
even before online bullying was a thing, and you just like get roasted like we was talking about the other week at the lunch table and at recess by the fence. You know,
remember
Boy, that was
the
the worst-
group
those were the worst
call,
times.
the group call numbers back in the day on the phones.
mm-hmm.
It would be a whole roast session in the group call.
Yep.
Everybody
Three-way
on the call.
call.
I say, we ain't had that. We had three-way calls.
Three-way call, bro.
Hey, bro,
It was
can you
this
call
phone
Chris?
number. It was this phone number that you called, and it would be like a group. It would be like a group call, and like everybody would call this number. It'd just be random people in there. You just fire whoever. The other person just fire people.
Blerd life is crazy, man. Crazy. So last thing we're gonna try to touch on is these Crunchyroll originals and how Crunchyroll been kind of shutting the game down on anime. God of High School. So for me, God of High School just finished. And I feel like that last episode, God on God, which is also the title for today, was just so epic, man. Like it kind of prompted me to you want to go start reading the manga a little bit, man. Just seeing that battle and seeing their different powers. I also want to learn more about the grandpa's backstory because I feel like they didn't put enough on that as to like why he.
I will say Sorry to cut you off. My bad.
Yeah, you good. You good.
No, I
Go
was
ahead.
about to say. I will say the anime itself. It kind of didn't go into as much detail as the webtoon did. So, like, if you really want to see a lot of the backstory and stuff, I say read the webtoon because the adaptation, like the 1-to-1 ratio, is more like a 1-to-5. So it's like it's a good adaptation. I ain't gonna say it's horrible or nothing, but a lot of the stuff that I felt like should have been in the anime or discussed, it kind of got shut out because I feel like they were trying to meet that 12 episode criteria, so they didn't put a lot of the information into the actual story.
That's why when we were talking before, I was telling you I felt like they may have rushed it a little bit, and they could have really took their time a little bit more.
Yeah, but if you read the webtoon, like episode 2 didn't happen like until like the episode 12 of the webtoon type thing. Like, so it's like a lot of stuff that led up to it. Of course, it's not, the length of it is not as long, so you can fit more into the episodes. So of course it's going to be shorter episodes, but it's a lot of information like in these pages, like that kind of help with understanding a lot of it. But I will say they did do a good job so that even if they didn't show it, you still kind of got an understanding of a lot of the stuff. And I can see where they're trying to like shroud the mystery into it, and I kind of like that. But I'm sticking to the webtoon. I'll watch the anime like as it comes on because I just love the show, and I'm ready to see this upcoming war get animated. So everybody, when I tell y'all, like, probably going to be one of the top little moments of anime. It's going most definitely.
You think 2021 it might shake some things up in the anime world?
If they bring Ragnarok how they should, bro, y'all, God of High School gonna be top tier for sure.
So we definitely got
because Ragnarok had me sold, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be reading this weekly.
I feel like I'm behind. I don't want to be gatekeeping. Like, I ain't gonna lie. So like, this look good. One dude.
Yeah. So you looking at it now?
I'm looking at it now.
And then
the
thing is,
and then when you said the backstory of the grandpa, you got grandpa in the high school. It's like, oh, this shit's fast as hell already. I ain't even seen it.
Yes, sir. And so
on the grandpa, he's not in high school. The high school students are the ones doing the tournament, but the grandpa is like one of the people who stopped like this top organization. Like, he did it single-handedly type thing. So he's like one of the most hated fighters on the planet.
Okay.
So he's like they really try to the grandpa code.
Yeah, they tried to get him up out of there. Thank you for not completely ruining that, Kenny. I appreciate you practicing restraint. So on top of the God of High School, we got Tower of God. We also have the Noblest, which just got started, and then we got Burn the Witch, which is getting ready to get started. So, Kenny, I haven't watched any of the new episodes, or I believe even a single episode of the Noblest yet. So I still got to get onto that.
It's only one episode. It just started. I want to say it started Friday. They came out with that. You had Burn the Witch, I believe. And then you also had the Inuyasha spinoff that all started.
Yeah.
So those are some of the new things that came to Crunchyroll that I was interested in. Noblesse, it follows the character who was he was like a noble, like maybe I forgot the amount of years, but it was like 800 plus years ago, and he fell into a sleep, and he woke up in like modern day, like South Korea, and the whole story follows him and like the people he meet because he got registered into a high school and everything because he's trying to adapt to modern times. He's been sick for 800 years. So the whole story is basically like it's this organization trying to find out about his history and like his family's past because he was like one of the top nobles of his era. So like that's what the story kind of follows, like him adapting to the current society while also trying to fend off a secret organization trying to find out about his secrets, like where he came from and things like that from his era. So it's a good story. It's like a good change of pace of like story wise. It's one of my I'd say it's one of my favorite webtoons. I read a lot of webtoons, so it's like ones that got good. Like when the story kind of pulls me in, I kind of like adapt to it. It's not like your traditional one where it's like super actiony, but it's like you got enough to satisfy you, I'll say.
Yeah. Fall 2020, man. Crunchyroll is putting pressure. I feel like summer 2020 with their anime releases, they did a really bang up job. But Crunchyroll, man, me and Kenny were also talking about like this. It's kind of really changing the game on anime. Not only are they putting out original content, very similar to Netflix originals, but they are doing a lot of work in the blerd community, and this was never more evident than at the Crunchyroll Expo, where they had just a lot of expos for blerds, by blerds, talking about a lot of different things. Even one of C's homeboys, if I remember correctly, C did a manga with them as well. Is that correct? Yep. So
Yeah, he just got his own manga put together. It wasn't really a Crunchyroll thing. It was like his own thing, but Crunchyroll hired him to like do like cause he does music, like he do like the covers over like the anime songs. He do like the remixes. So I think they got him to like DJ or like talk about his story. But yeah, his manga, that's his thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's what's up.
Crunchyroll making a concerted effort to allow us to be a part of the driving force of our community. And I think they are doing themselves a big favor in letting us have a seat at their table because they understand one, that the black culture does drive revenue, but more importantly, they see how important we are to have us into the culture. So shout out to Crunchyroll for continuing to do their thing. Crunchyroll, if you're listening to this, 3LittleBlerds definitely wants to work with you. We definitely want to be a part of that movement. So if y'all are getting this episode in any form of fashion, the email is 3littleblerds@gmail.com. We ready.
I'm staying.
Hey, Control, I just wanna see that side of the gate. That's all I want.
We here, man. We here. So we're coming to a conclusion here. The 3LittleBlerds talk show. I want to give each one of our guests here an opportunity to close with something they want to close with. So, C, what do you want to close us out with this week?
Only thing I'm gonna say is I guess I'll just kind of echo like what Blerd Over was going for earlier. Keep striving to be as proficient and excellent in whatever it is that you do, and just love what you do while you're doing it. Don't matter if it's blerd stuff, your own personal work stuff, finances. Just love what you do, and be proud of it. So excellence, whether it's black excellence or just taking pride in your work, just let that carry you into this week.
Yeah, appreciate that. Kenny, what do you have for us, bro?
My only thing would be like go into this week with nothing but positivity. Get rid of your negative energy. Prepare yourself. Monday is always the hardest, but just try to shroud yourself in positivity and positive things. Do something you love, even if it's just an hour a day. Like, I promise you it'll help. That's my psychologist mind coming into play. But if you find something you love and do it an hour a day, whether it's reading, walking, talking, just do something, and it'll make your work week a lot easier. But my main thing is just living that positivity this week, and let's have that as a theme for this week, just positivity, because there's a lot of negative going on, and positivity is one thing that keeps people going, and that's like the biggest thing. Like, I can stress just positive.
Yeah, man. Appreciate those good vibes right there, Kenny. Skip, what do you have that you want to leave us with, good sir?
Oh man, that's easy. That's everybody live, love, laugh, cause like my guy said, it's a lot of negativity in the world. Just keep pushing, keep striving. Know that you are awesome. Know that you are excellent. Know that you are worth everything that God has made you to be. Don't never feel less than somebody. Know you can do anything you set your mind to. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Keep the goal and change the plan. If you got a goal and the original plan is not working, change the plan, but keep the same goal in mind. You're gonna get there.
Ooh,
more than one route to the finish.
Let's go, man. Yo, I got a little tingly on that, boy. Ooh. Y'all trying to fire me up for the week this week, man.
See negativity already.
That momentum.
That momentum, bro, carrying into the week, man. Hey, look, as y'all know, man, I've been talking about for weeks about just this process of change that I'm going through right now, and just in myself. And I'm here to say for every Black person right now, specifically our blerd community, but for every Black person right now, you need to become a fighter. And I'm not saying that in the sense of a physical form. I'm saying that in the sense of that we are literally fighting on every front that a Black person can be at, for equality, for the equity that we have been owed. And I just want to let y'all know that anytime that you're out there, you need to fight for what we deserve. For so many years we were not allowed to even have a seat, and then we were given half opportunities to have a seat. And I feel like we are all at a point where it's time for us to stop asking. And it's time for us to start taking or start fighting. So whether you're in the medical field, whether you're in a teacher, whether you are working in our communities, whether you're a politician, whether you are a blerd, whether you're a creator or a cosplayer, whether you are somebody who's on the bottom of the pole or somebody who's on the top of the pole, if you are Black and you are in that space, I want you to absolutely fight to be the best. And not only do I want you to fight to be the best, I want you to fight for what is owed. And we are owed a lot, and we will be paid what we are owed. Because if there is anything that I've learned about this experience and embarking upon this journey with my brothers, and promoting our blerd community, is that the Black people, we are a strong people, and together we can do anything. But divided, we will not be able to achieve the things that we need to achieve. So I want to leave everybody with the same message I've been preaching for the 8 weeks that we've been doing this show: that blerds must unite by any cost. And if you have any grievances, you need to squash them and figure out a way to work through them. But we can only do this together. So appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. Man, I'm fired up, just from all the stuff that y'all gave. Kenny, it looks like you talking. I don't know if you muted or not. Did you have something else?
I was muted because it was sirens and stuff outside. But I'll say one more thing before we done.
Yeah.
Want to shout out your hat. Let's shout out the brands that you're representing.
Appreciate
Skip, I don't know. Shout out your brand. Shout out your tags. Any merchandise that you got, go ahead and shout it out now. And let's end on just putting out that word on the brands that we're representing.
Definitely. Go ahead, Skip. You up first.
Definitely, man. Like again, first of all, I want to say thank y'all to 3LittleBlerds, even though everybody look like they bigger than me. I don't know why they call themselves little, but thank you for the 3LittleBlerds for putting me on here, man. I really do appreciate this. Like y'all guys, y'all doing things, y'all growing. I love what y'all doing. Like I said, we need more brothers like this to do stuff like this to show that our young brothers and sisters, like, it's okay to be different, and it's okay to like things like what we like. I have t-shirts, I have wristbands. My t-shirts, you can holler at me because I'm getting a new order ship coming in. Or if you want, you can go to Vulcan T-Shirt Company. They on Instagram and Facebook, and order shirts there. And to everybody out there, I want to say all lives do matter, but make sure y'all include Black lives in that before you say that. So
yes,
yeah.
Word of the day. Boom.
Y'all dropping some super clippable moments today, bro. I can't even keep up with like the content that I'm supposed to be grabbing right now, because y'all keep dropping these jewels.
And I take that as a compliment, because you don't never say I didn't say anything good.
I have to give you your due credit today. You actually were able to articulate some thoughts today, so I will give you that.
I will tell you, the only reason why is because I ain't do my morning ritual. So
yes, good, and good. I'm glad. Maybe we need more of that. But hey,
let's go with you, B, on the brand.
Oh yeah, so as always, I'm rocking the Blerd official. Shout out to the Blerd shop. I got to go ahead and get my purchase for this month. As I said earlier on our channel, I will be purchasing something from Blerd Official each month until the end of 2020, because they are a brand for us, by us, and we must support our own. Also,
Big
I'm
fact.
also I'm also waiting on my merch. I just picked up from Crazy Eight the Great. I'm gonna be doing an unboxing for that, and I
Hey,
will
Nice.
be hitting skip up to go ahead and
That's what's up.
grab a blurred over T-shirt to go ahead and add that to my collection as well.
Nice.
most definitely. I'm definitely gonna send y'all some.
Hey, see, you got
Yes.
any brands you want to shout out for the end?
Not really a brand. I did mention Marcus the visual.
Yeah.
He a
Yeah.
black
That
guy.
name itself is a brand,
He
man.
yeah,
That
he do a lot of good stuff. This one right here is a super good one he did of the Greensboro 4. So he do like a lot of like fan art for black people. So yeah, one thing I was just gonna say, just support fan artists this month because they doing so it's Inktober. They also got Blacktober, and then they got
Inktober been going crazy, man.
so
Inktober been
Marcus
going crazy.
he does Swaptober. So he will do like different different heroes, but he would just kind of like do like a gender swap on them. So I actually got at
Okay, that's
work
dope.
I got a TMNT one. It's at work, and then I got a Power Rangers one. You can't see it, but yeah, support your fan artists this month, man. They out here killing it like free on Twitter for everybody to just enjoy. Man, show these people some love, man. They doing their thing out here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
pick up anything from any creators this month. October is a huge month for creators. There are going to be a lot of also gamers going to be sharing game content with horror games this month as well. So let's make sure we're supporting our community
Yeah.
in any form of fashion. Whether you can pick up
Most
some of their
definitely.
merch, pick up some of their art, or just simply pop up on their stream.
Oh,
So
Facts.
one
And
more
then
thing.
for me,
go ahead, go
you
ahead.
know, my frat brother, my brother, not just a frat brother, but Wrath brand. It's a black
Mhm.
skater brand. Got the hats, got hoodies, shirts, crop tops, you name it. But that's my shout out, my brand this week. That's all my brand every week. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you up. I really that's all I pretty much wear. But yeah, that's my brand, wrathbrand.com. You can get your merch. You can use the code Kenny15 for a 15% discount. He has a sale going on right now. I believe today is the last day. I'm not really sure. But yeah, just be sure to check out and support whoever. It's not even just the brands that we're representing, but any brand that you vibe with, you love, just be sure to support and help them grow. That's all it is. Like
Right.
it's up to us. It's up to us to build each
Support
other because nobody gonna
support
do it
black
for us.
businesses.
Yep.
Straight up.
Support black businesses straight up. I also dropped Kenny's code down in the chat. If anybody need that, we're also going to try to see if we can drop the link for the website and the Discord, and also try to get something published from them on the channel this week as well. So you guys can
One,
support the same people we're supporting, and more importantly, if you guys have brands that you want us to support or you want us to
Send
market
them
for
to
you,
us.
send them
Yeah,
to us.
send us y'all stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey Kenny,
I support. I got you.
Yeah.
hey Kenny,
Yo, with
what frat you part of?
Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Damn,
So you got the Sigma.
I was, I said, damn, we was this cool now.
So
Yeah.
our guest from last week, I know he a Sigma, and another one of our homies that we do our low stress gaming with, he's Sigma too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Pete,
no, it's all love from all for all D9, especially much love to the D9 blurs as well. Especially
Yeah,
yeah,
here,
much
man.
love out there.
they big out here.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Wouldn't even know.
it's a whole movement, man. Hey,
But
but
that just
guess
goes to
what?
show you how that putting that word out, and I know we starting to wrap up, but that just goes to show you that that fear of the exposing yourself. Like people are scared
hmm
to express the things they like. That you be surprised of how many D9 really nerd like. So
Yeah,
what?
that just shows you like we just bringing that light to the blurred community. Like we got to do
Right.
it because nobody else will. Like I said, if we don't do it, nobody will.
It is
It
exactly.
always
And
starts with you.
And that's definitely big facts, man. We are a whole movement because we are the movement, and we'll take the lead on it if everybody else don't want to. I'm perfectly fine with that. But this is gonna wrap episode 8, God on God, 3LittleBlerds talk show. Thank you to Skip88, aka Blerd Over. Thank you to my co-hosts, CXDawg and Outlaw. We are the 3LittleBlerds family. We appreciate y'all, and we will see you soon.
Appreciate
Peace.
y'all.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.